Hello and welcome to the channel. This video will be about building a CRUD application in NextJS 13.4 by using its app router and server actions, and we will be using MongoDB as a database. Let's first create a NextJS application by npx create next step at latest. I will name the application as NextJS CRUD. I will not be using TypeScript and the rest of the options will be yes. Now let's install Mongoose. And I will run the MongoDB database in my local computer. Now let's run the application npm run dev. Okay, started a localhost 3000. I will also import open Compass. Now let's go to the paste.js file and remove all the boilerplate code. Yours will be h1 text, will be extra large, font will be bold, and it will be create to do. Then I will create a form here. It will have two input tags. First one will be for title. I will give it a text of Lars. Then input type text, name title, ID will be also be title, and give it a width of 100%. And background will be slate 200 and height of 10 and padding of 3. Then I will just copy this and paste it at the bottom and to change the title to do, and this input field for the to do, and I will change the name to do also. Okay, so let's save it now. And I will change the titles to to-dos. Then I will add a submit button. And I will give it a padding of 3 and a background color of yellow. And the font will be bold. On hover, the background color will change to orange. And text will be white. I will remove the boilerplate code for the CSS. Okay, it looks fine now. Now, before starting anything else, I will have to create a schema for the database. First, I will import Mongoose. Const Mongoose require Mongoose. Then const to do schema. We do new mongoose.schema. The first value will be of the title, the type of string. Copy and paste it, and this one will be for to do, and I will add another value for the date at which the to do was created. NextJS compiles the mongoose model only once. It will save the first to do, but when we save another to do, it will throw an error. So in order to get around this problem, this line will reset the mongoose model to an empty object. Now we will export the model. Export is equal to mongoose model to do's, to do schema. Now go to the paste.js file and import a to do from model to do. Now and create a function to save the to do. The function will be asynchronous function called new to do. It will accept the arguments of data from the form. Let title is equal to data dot get title. This title is the name of the input field and it will take the value of that input. Then let to do data dot get to do. Next, I will set up a try catch block. The try block will connect to the MongoDB database. So I will have to import mongoose. Const mongoose is equal to require mongoose. Then await mongoose.connect MongoDB colon /127.0.0.1 colon 27017. This is the localhost IP address. NextJS 13_4 is the name of the collection. And then I will turn the new URL parser to true. Think I will change the name of the collection to NextJS 13.13_4 to do. Then I will enable the use unified topology to true. Then after the connection is made, I will define a new instance of the to do schema. New to do is equal to new to do title to do, and I will save this new to do. After saving it, I will console log the to do. will console log the error if there is any. Now in order to call the function, I will form action new to do. I cannot use on-click function here, and also I will have to set the use server-side directive, and after and also I have to make some changes to next.config file. Here I will have to enable the experimental server action flag to true. So module.exports experimental server actions to true. Also server components external package should be Mongoose. I don't think it is necessary for older versions of Mongoose, but newer versions it is necessary. Now since we are making changes to the config file, we have to restart the server again. Let's reload the page. Okay, now let's save a to do, title 1, to do 1, and submit. Let's go to the terminal. Okay, the to do's are saved, so create is working. So you can see the compass. Yeah, everything is working now. Before I start with the read operation, I will create a component, an helper component, to navigate through the application. So create a folder called component. Inside it, create an appbar.js file. This will be a React function component. So RFCE, then now in the component, let's design the UI for an appbar. It will simple this with two allies. One is here, the other one will be show. I will give it will be a display flex and a margin of 3 for the entire list, and the two child elements will have a space of x4 in the vertical horizontal direction, and the font should be bold. On hover, the cursor will be pointer and the text will turn to red. I will copy this and paste into the next cell, second element. Now I will import link from next link. Link href, this will link to the index page, and the next one will link to the display page, which I will create now. Now let's create a folder called show. And inside the folder I will create a paste.js file. This will export a default function called show. And for the time being it will just return a h1, return a container div. Let's save it And in the layout.js file, I will import a navbar component. I will put the component here inside the body text, and the navbar will be displayed in all the pages. Okay, let's click on it. Okay, the navbar is working. Now in the page.js file, I have connected to the MongoDB database, and I will have to keep on connecting it every time I run operation create, update or delete or whatever maybe. So instead of writing the same lines of code again and again, I will create a component, functional component that will connect to the Mongo's database, and wherever I will wherever I will be needing to connect to the database, I will just call the function. So I will create a file inside a folder called utils. This file will be called dbconnect.js. Then I will import mongoose, then export default asynchronous function dbconnect, and I will go to paste.js file and copy these lines of code, paste it over here, save it, and I will import the dbconnect function. And in place of these lines, I will just write dbconnect. I will just call the function. Now to display the to-dos. First, let's remove this. And then I will main. This will have a margin of 10 around it, and each of the element will have a space of y in a vertical direction. A header, a head called to-dos. And then I will display a list of to-dos. Even flex, font will be bold. Each element will have a flex basis of 1, title, to-do, and options. The options will contain the buttons for delete and edit the to-do. Now I will connect to the database by calling the function dbconnect. Const to-dos, I will to do the find, which is a mongoose function. The to-dos variable will contain the array of to-dos. So in order to display the to-dos, I will just have to map to them, map to the to-dos array. To-dos.map element, this will return the list of title and the to-dos. You will display flags, and each list will have each list item have a flex basis of 1, and I will use the element IDs as a unique key. Say element of title, the element of to do, and in the last list element I will display 2 buttons. Each button will have a padding of 2, then a margin of 2, and the delete button will have a background color of red and text white. On hover, the cursor will be pointer. The edit button will have a background color of blue. This will be delete, and the next one will be edit. Let's save it. And take a look. Okay, it is displaying the to do. Let's add another to do. Title to do 2. Submit. So okay, it's working. Now on saving the to do, I want it to be redirected to the display page. So I will import redirect on next navigation. And after saving it, I will redirect within parentheses /show. Let's try it. Redirect is not there. It should be small. Save it again. Let's create another to do. Submit. Okay, it's working. For the update operation, we have to create a dynamic route, and for that I will first create a folder called edit, and inside that folder I will create another subfolder, and the name of the subfolder should be within square brackets. In earlier versions on Next, you have to place the name of the file that is going to act as a dynamic file inside the square brackets, but here you have to place the name of the folder inside square brackets. Then create a paste.js file that will display the UI for the edit. The edit page will simply contain a form. That form will be similar to the index, the one where to-dos are created. So I will create a function called edit, and then I will go to the index page and copy the create to-do form and paste it here in the edit function. Now to display the to-do, the particular to-do where we are going to edit, we have to retrieve the to-do using its ID. So I will import to-do model, and I will also import a db connect function to connect to the database. Now then I'm going to import a redirect from next navigation, because I want to read after the updated to-do is submitted, I want to redirect to the show page. I'll connect to the database, then const to do equal to await to do dot find 1, and here I will pass the ID of the to do. For that I will go to the display to do page, and here the edit, I will wrap the edit button inside the link text. Now import link from next link. Okay, now it is okay. Now link href. Now I will concatenate the URL string with edit plus the element.id. The element underscore id is the dynamic route, and I will retrieve the id from the URL by passing the argument params, and id and underscore id will be params.id. Now in the form I will have to populate the input text with the to do title and the to do. For that, for the time being, I will just write value equal to do the title. Save it. Now let's go to the browser, reload it, click on any one of them. Okay, but here the input field is populated with the information, but I cannot edit it no matter how much I try. For that, I have to change the value to default value. Now the input field is editable. I will do the same for the to do input tag to do start default value to start to do. Let's load it now. Try it again. Edit. Okay, both of them are here. So input fields are being populated. Now I have to update them. For that I will create a function synchronous function update to do, and this will take in the data from the form. And I will also have to put in the use server directive. And this part is similar to the index page, means the first form where to do's are created. So I'll just copy it and paste it here. The title and the to do will be taken from the form. Yes. I will declare a variable update to do. This to do the find by ID and update is a mongoose function where it will take in two arguments. The first argument will be the ID of the to do. This ID will be taken from the URL, and then the values to be updated, the title and the to do. After that, I will console log the updated to do. Once everything is over, I will then redirect back to the show page. Save it, and let's try it now. For that, I have to call the function update to do. We'll just insert the word updated here and submit the form. Okay, the edit is working. For the delete operation, I will go to the show to do page and create a function that will use the mongoose function delete one and passing the to-do ID as an argument to delete the to-do. But the problem lies with the fact that now we cannot use an on-click event listener to call the function and pass the ID as an argument. So we are instead going to create a form to use form action and call the function. As for passing the ID of the to-do that is to be deleted, we will have an input field with its value as the ID. Now let's create a function first. Function to delete to do. So delete to do and this will data data argument and I have to pass in the use server directive also. Let ID just in the parse data dot get ID which this ID will be the name of the input field which I will create shortly. Wait to do dot delete one. It will get the ID from the input field. After deleting it, I will redirect to the same base, the source base. Now for the button, delete button, I will create a form. Inside the form, I will have an input field. The name will be ID, and the value will be element.id, element or underscore ID. And the button, we have a submit, no, we have a type of submit. Let's check it. Okay, the IDs are being displayed here, but it does not look good. So what I will do, I will change the input type to hidden. For the value, you can see in the terminal console there in this warnings have been displayed. For that, I will have to just stringify the element of underscore ID. And in the form action, I will call in the function delete to do. Okay. I have to import redirect from next navigation. Let's try it again. Okay, it's working. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I will see you on the next one then.